Good evening and welcome to Edessa, the Dark Crusade. Tonight, once again, Madeline is at home, and well, there are quite a few people every once in a while that wants to see her, talk to her, discuss things, or it could be many things, but at this point, she's really had a meeting set up, but she's about to get a visitor that has expressed a wish to, well, talk to her about, well, something.
Yeah, Irene is leaving her duties for the night, for a bit. Probably being sent on like some sort of message or whatever in the house that she currently occupies. And will make her way, yeah, to Sister Madeline's house. I think she knows the location. Yeah, she does. And will, yeah, knock on the door.
A young-ish woman that I don't think you've seen her before, opens it and just uh, bows as she opens the door. And yes, Chris, that is her. Um, and we'll just lead you in. She doesn't say anything as she opens. She says maybe says good evening or something. But she does lead you into Madeline's main room. It's a study, kind of a study, but like there is like a couple of books on a rack, and well, there's quite a few books, especially considering the times. Um, will just get up and just ah, Irene, so good to see you. Please come in.
Irene will take a step in and will curtsy as usual, really, rather deeply. Stay there for a couple of seconds and then get up. Madeline can see that she's wearing more simpler clothes than she normally does. Almost servant's clothes, although they're of good quality. And yeah, she'll rise up. My Lady Madeline, I'm really honored that you're willing to meet with me so soon.
Of course, it is no trouble at all. Please come, sit, and she will show you a seat. And as she sits down, she will just ask, "Would you like a refreshment? I might have something that will take a few moments."
If it's only if it's no problem for you to, yeah. If it's not too much effort, I would like.
She nods to the woman who's still there, who opened the door, and she just nods. And in response, the servant just nods back to him and leaves the room. And Madeline will just, as the servant leaves, she will look to Irene and just say, "So, what seems to be the issue you wanted to speak?"
Well, it's kind of difficult to tell. Maybe you already heard the rumors, but my sire has left the city. Um,
Hmm. Do you know why?
no, my lady.
That is disconcerting. She gets up, she looks at you, and she'll just, "Did she tell you before she left?"
No, my lady.
Like you hear like an audible sigh from Madeline, and then she comes over and just comes near to you and then just, please, stand up.
She does so.
And Madeline takes her arms around you, then takes your head and just places it upon her shoulder, and she will just like hug you almost like a mother would, like with a child. She will just say, I am truly sorry. I cannot truly imagine how you feel, but this might sound a bit strange, but I would advise you to really commit to this feeling. The feeling you are feeling right now of either abandonment or whatever you might be feeling, of negative or positive feelings for this. Embrace them. These are moments that define us.
And yeah, Irene will um, just yeah, we'll stand there. We'll she will well kind of return the hug if Madeline allows her, of course, and she'll nod. She says um, it is difficult to accept, and
It is.
I first thought she would just be gone for a day or so, but it was weird because everything was gone, all her personal belongings. I don't know why or where, which is unusual.
Well, I cannot be your sire, but I can be your guide, can be your teacher, and your surrogate mother if you wish. I seek to teach all those willing and worthy of teaching. I do not even limit it to those of our blood. I teach mortals and Canaanites. Whoever wishes to learn, I will teach. And this includes you, of course.
Thank you, my lady. I didn't really know who else to speak with. Well, I mean, but I did have a few ideas, but since you were appointed as my second teacher, guardian of sorts, I figured it would make sense that I would come to you first.
Hmm. It did make sense. It shows that you have a good judgment of what to do in situations as this. Oh, oh well, not in situations when it comes to priests, but well. And she smiles a bit at you as she just like makes a little bit of space between you, and she will just make sure that you're looking at her, and she will just say, "But I will teach you not to trust those of the cloth as well in time."
I think partially I've learned that lesson.
Very well, and very good. You might be worthy. You seem to be learning quite fast. You see,
Knock knock.
uh, Ulrich will probably stand there for like 10, 15 seconds before the doors open by the servant.
Man, that'll be seconds.
Good evening, my lord. And the woman will just almost like bow down to, and just let you in. And I'm guessing I'm guessing you're knocking on the, or you'll get let in as well. Madeline will just look over. And just, ah, here is another person that you can trust. Lottery. Good to see you again.
Evening, ladies. He takes a seat.
Irene is going to attempt a curtsy, but she it's not going as gracefully as before. She's basically just kind of swaying on her feet as she does so, and she'll actually have to stable herself as she gets back up and kind of looks a bit, yeah, queasy, and actually step back.
Ulrich, to what do I owe this pleasure?
An indiscrepancy. Sources tell me a certain someone has left the city, but I
Well,
notice another certain someone is still here.
which is what we were discussing. It seems to be confirmed. But I have assured Irene here that while her true sire has left her, I will never leave her, or any of those who would seek teachings of me. As you well know, she has a home here still, with me, if she is willing, and I do believe she is willing.
I am busy um, setting up a haven of sorts. Um, she will take another step back.
Please, you can relax.
I I'm I'm sorry, my lady, my lord. I just don't really feel well.
Uh, have you had a good sleep, or the opposite, maybe?
I I do not remember any bad dreams. It's just maybe it's stress of Lady Celine leaving. It's just I don't know. Um, I'll be fine. I just need to sit down. I think maybe. And she'll actually do as she says and go sit down on a chair.
Ulrich begins to eye you somewhat.
Did Ulrich say something?
No, he just begins to eye Irene somewhat.
However, Irene, I would ask a couple of things of you. This is good company. You can ask. You can answer however you like, but I would like to know a few things about you. Did Lady Celine teach you a road?
No, my lady.
So you are still on Via Humanitas, as in the road of humanity. Sorry.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, my lady.
Very good. Super. I merely wished to make sure.
How true is that statement?
Dice roll
I
or
take
what?
the side.
Dice roll 3. Let's do this.
I'm using 2. Right, I can see. Wait. Okay. Yeah, okay, use dice roll 3. Ooh. I only gets 1 success.
Four.
Everything is totally fine. Did a check. There is nothing sketch here at all.
Oh,
Not at
of
all.
course not.
Well, I mean, if Irene is trying to hide something, of course she needs to roll as well.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what that's the biggest deflection of blame I've ever seen. Uh, I'm hiding something. No, the fledgling is.
That is
Or it
quite.
was. Art will simply state you currently have a haven.
Um, I have a place. I'm still working on it, but it's it's getting there. She actually covers her mouth with her hands at this point.
Completely ignores what's happening to you. And until the completion of your new haven, you may use mine. For the time being.
Uh, thank you, my lord. Um, I actually, I don't need to. It's not that I don't have a place to stay for today. It's more that it's not as safe as I want it to be yet. But I need to be there anyway to do things.
What might those things be?
I have become a servant of this household, so I need to be there to to fulfill tasks.
Which house?
Insert name. I don't know anymore. The character.
Aurelian. Aurelian.
Aurelian. Do you disapprove,
Very
my
well.
lord?
run afoul of cappadocian.
No.
You seem unnaturally preoccupied. Were you mortal? I would assume you were sick.
I have not seen my sire for a while now. It's difficult.
Sorry, what did she say? I haven't seen.
My sire for a while now. It's difficult.
He doesn't hide his lack of belief, but doesn't seem to challenge it.
Hmm?
So you have established yourself well enough. You have your own place. This is good.
Yeah.
I will ask other things of you, and perhaps start giving you another perspective on this life of ours, if you will allow it, and if you are willing, of course.
She glances at Ulrich and then like completely botches her peony on him. And will then turn back to Madeline and
Oh
will
man,
not.
he's so concerned for you. Ah, he just wants
I
to see you safe. He,
feel.
everything is just so sad and tragic.
Yeah, of course.
That's
It's
what
so
you
nice
think.
to have an Uncle Ulrich.
He's Uncle Auric. He wants to see if you're okay, like he did before.
Yeah. She'll then turn to Madeline. I would, if you would still want me, I would be more than happy to receive your teachings, my lady.
Auric holds up his hand. When it comes to tutelage of such things, those are best left until after the accounting has been dealt with.
I merely wish for her to read, if you please. There is no
That, and I
reason.
believe in this.
There is no reason to wait to for getting knowledge until after the accounting.
I'd argue best left until the individuals able to make the choice for themselves. But we're missing the main point here. The fact of the matter is that a fledgling has been left, and the accounting has been broken as a result.
Irene will rise and will make another curtsy to both of them. I'm sorry. I think I need to hunt.
The servant will maybe like a little before have knocked on the door, and you would be brought like some blood, a goblet of blood. Like there is a couple for the guests here. You will be offered one.
And she'll accept the goblet with like shaking hands and will definitely drain it.
Make me a stamina roll, please.
Oh boy. Hey. Your stamina?
Yep, just roll your stamina.
There's a 10
You're
there.
fine.
Haha.
You can drink it. Tastes as good as blood ever has. It's strangely hard to keep it down.
It's good, thank you, my lady. However, I have in my hurry to meet with you, I have not taken the time to feed myself, and now I feel one goblet I wouldn't want to bring your household at risk.
If that was the case, why did you enter to begin with?
I thought I could control myself better.
Controlling yourself just fine right now. And you have just been fed. He can provide.
And yeah, she'll nod and we'll sit back down.
Is there something you would wish to share with us?
Like I said, I'm still thirsty, and I also I left my well, the household I was serving with a mission. Well, a task. I have to go to the bazaar. I can't stay too long.
You have to go to the bazaar and do what exactly?
I have to pick up a wine
Hmm.
that they need for the lord of the house.
This is your job? I understand.
So I do thank you for your hospitality, my lady Madeline. But I am afraid my time is limited.
Oh, I know.
And
I
yeah,
thank you. Thank you for bringing this to my attention.
it is. I am very happy that you are here in the city to support those who need it. And in this case, that is me. Then she'll once again curtsy and, yep. Well,
Those are odd working hours.
not yet leave. It is a bit difficult for me to work during the day. Luckily, this household also requires some of us to work at night to do the bidding of our Lord and Lady. And I have been blessed with a position where I get to serve the Lord and Lady directly, which sometimes means I'll have a lot of time to myself, but unfortunately tonight, not so much.
I was about to suggest you a certain shop for wine at this time, but
Oh, that would be most welcome.
You
I'm,
working, starting work at 1 a.m. in the morning.
I would assume, however, that the Lord would have given you one, given that it is in the middle of the night, no?
He has given me an address, yes, but if you know a better place, then I'll be more than happy to surprise my lord.
If you have so much time to yourself, as you say, why not arrange a meeting work rather than in the middle of it?
It is unpredictable, and I did not want to forego this meeting. I figured I'd have more time today, but, well, when my lord has difficulties sleeping at night, he comes up with all these sorts of tasks, and now he chose to want wine.
I have two successes. How full of
Eric's not even
shit?
gonna roll.
How full of shit is I read at this point?
Oh, well, she is two successes
Where?
full of shit.
2 successes. Oh, because I think it would be unfair for him to say he believes you in any
Just
capacity.
botch. Just botch.
just it just really wouldn't be fair for me to say, yeah, he believes that. uh, 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 I'll only gets 1 success in his empathy check,
Haha.
but he doesn't believe you. Clean face about. Do you have a list?
Sorry?
You're out
I
to
beg your...
go shopping for some wine, right?
Yes, just one bottle.
Bottle?
It's all these weird requests. A couple of nights ago, he wanted shoe polish.
Rolling on that.
Hmm? You're
Oh,
rolling what?
fail, so it doesn't matter.
What address did he give you? I am curious.
He will name a... I mean, Celine was a merchant, so I'm sure that she's met many merchants. So she will
You've
name a
been
wine
to
merchant on the bazaar.
now 2.5.
Hmm?
I'm just you've been in Odessa for about 3 months now.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
3
All those two
downtimes.
places.
Hmm?
Um, you don't have outside the floor, so yeah, you can name a place.
It is Master Farquaad's place at the bazaar.
Seems awfully lowbrow for a family with such wealth.
Who am I to argue with the Lord's wishes? Anyway, if you would excuse me, I do really want to thank you, my lady Madeline, for your hospitality and your advice and your counsel. My Lord Ulrich, I hope to see you soon.
Of course, Irene. But remember,
Of course.
remember one thing. I can only help you if you are honest with me. I can only help you if you truly trust me and I truly trust you. As long as it's the case, I can help you.
Of course, my lady.
Very well.
And yep, she'll make a smaller curtsy this time because she's in quite a hurry to get out of the door.
Hmm. You close the door. Well, your condition fades. Ulrich turns to Madeline. Please excuse me. I'll return in 10 or so minutes.
I wish to see.
From the shadow.
I wish to see where she goes as well. Mm. But if you want to see where she goes, you are welcome.
Ulrich's kind of halfway out the door as you say that.
Okay. Madeline is gonna follow him, and I assume they're both gonna activate certain things, so they become fairly difficult to see.
Yeah. Ulrich and Madeline both need to make stealth rolls. You may make a perception alertness roll. You also, your condition begins to return.
Ah. I'm gonna spend the willpower.
Okay.
Which brings me to two
You get
successes.
2 successes. Stack stealth and
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's what Obtenebra's form says when it moves. It says blah 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 blah, but probably not.
in theory, it should be much. In theory, I should be giving Madeleine and Ulrich modifiers because it's extremely easy to sneak around in Tenebra's form in the middle of the night. But that would be unfair, and it's largely irrelevant. Yeah, you begin to feel sick again. You were beginning to feel better. Feel sick again. Quite as bad as before.
Okay.
You're only at a +1 diff now.
Hmm? Can she draw a conclusion from that?
Perhaps. You haven't felt
I
this way
mean,
before.
suddenly getting sick, then it fading away, then suddenly getting sick again. Eh.
It's behind you. Sorry. But don't turn around or you'll really piss it off.
I think what would be appropriate role to see if she would draw that conclusion, because it's still like,
Intelligence
Awareness.
alertness?
yeah,
It would be
I was
awareness,
thinking
not
wits
alertness.
alertness or something like that.
It would be wits awareness.
Wits awareness. Well, that's not a great role, but
See,
hey.
probably 8, because you can't even see what's causing your condition. You didn't really know what was causing it before.
No, this is true.
Nope.
Well, what did you say the diff was? No? Okay. No? Okay. In that case, she will, she will, as soon as she starts to feel a bit sick again, she will actually take some time and just go into an alley and just wait to see if it would pass away again. After a few minutes, she will go over to the bazaar. Um, from time to time, she stops and just kind of leans against a wall, actually breathing in and out, as is still on, Road of Humanity, so breathing is very much a thing that you do.
Not really at your level, but
No, but it's one of those things when you feel sick and you just start breathing in and out. It's a kind of human thing that you think it might stop, except in this case, of course, it won't stop.
one thing that is notable is that people give you a wide berth. Because you do seem to be acting as if you are sick, people are afraid of you. Normally they are, and they normally don't really interact with you all that much.
Yeah. After that, she will again try and look around. I'll just assume that I'm gonna auto fail because I don't really want to use this to roll again. So it's just gonna be she's looking around, still doesn't see anything, but she'll make her way to the bazaar and she will make her way to the actual shop that she mentions, the shop of Master Farquaad. And she will go inside and will use her dominate to basically get a bottle of wine, like one of the more expensive ones that he has, but then like she will still pay for it, but it will be with a heavy discount. And yeah, we'll make her way over to the with the bottle of wine in like a basket or something. She will make her way over to the no one's quarter. We'll probably get through the gate. I can imagine that the guards kind of know her face by now, at least a little. It's like, oh, it's one of the servants.
Yeah, they let servants through the gate.
Yeah. And as soon as she is,
And you head on.
hmm? Yeah, as soon as she's through the gate, she will go and kind of dive into a couple of alleyways. And she'll throw as soon as she's in like an empty alleyway where there's like no one else, she will activate her obteneration too to obscure herself from, hopefully, from any sight. Which is something occult? Manipulation occult?
Manipulation occult difficulty 7.
Okay, sorry, what was the first thing? It was manip occult, right?
Occult. Yeah, it's difficulty 7.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Because I has occult somewhere. Okay. Boom. 4 successes. There's a lot of shade.
Well, both Ulrich and Madeleine need to make perception rolls to, because Madeleine actually has the capacity to see through this. I believe you have dark sight.
Yes, I do.
I think she'll also spend a blood point to activate Shadow Play. Just to make herself a little more invisible.
A little bit once you're out of the shadows. Doesn't really help you when there's already impenetrable darkness.
Yeah, no, but still.
Yeah. You're focusing all the dark. Yeah, it will help cloak you once you get out of the alleyway, but the effect is not really overcome Nocturne in any way.
And I think she'll roll her dex stealth. Which is going to be really funny.
There's a if you have dark side, Ulrich will do a thing. Roll his. Oh no! Oh no! You get a single success because you're a minus difficulty, I believe. Let me just double check the power. Oh no! Just you get an additional die. It doesn't decrease the difficulty, so you can add one dice.
Then I have another die.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're currently at just +1 diff, by the way. Which is enough. You got a success. All right, so because of Nocturne, pulls are reduced by 5 dice, and difficulty for all rolls from characters in the cloud are increased by 2. Characters with supernatural methods of enhancing perception, such as heightened senses, take only a 2 dice penalty to perception. So yeah, the Auric actually only takes 2 dice off this roll, as does Madeleine. But the difficulty is 8 for them. Not decrease the difficulty.
Let's see us both botch and then spot each other. Like, hey, hey,
hey. I'm not gonna lie.
That would be pretty funny.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
I don't feel.
Fucking hell.
Auric only gets a single success, so he misses you. But Madeleine, you still see her.
Yep, she'll see her entering, basically walking out of the alley again, and if you follow her, she will see her disappearing in one of the houses through like a back door, like a servant's entrance.
As you leave the alley, Irene, in the cloud of darkness, you see a pair of large, deep demonic eyes looking straight at you.
Eep. That's like okay, so
the darkness.
it's like in my cloud.
Cloud, I'm not sure.
Huh. That's somewhat concerning.
There are a lot of things I could say to that statement, but I won't make any.
Yeah, she'll look back at the eyes.
They narrow at you. But they don't do anything else. And I assume you are. I assume you are towards the staff entrance, the servants' entrance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, they don't do anything as you enter through the back entrance.
I mean,
Wow.
at this point, she's more concerned that they're there.
Yeah,
It's
well,
like,
that, I mean, that is a fair concern. I mean, it's not exactly something you see every day or every night.
no.
But you get the hell out of there. The eyes do not chase you. They do not. They do.
Can I roll
They
P&E
really
on the
not.
eyes to see if they're like
That's
hostile
like a
towards
diff
me, or
a 9 roll because it's just a cloud of darkness, 2 eyeballs.
I am just gonna make that because it would be amazing
It's.
to be able to say I can interpret shadowy eyes thing.
I am quite sure that there is dinner and flowers waiting right there.
Okay.
No, never mind.
Is
2
admirable
8s.
as the attempt was.
I cannot interpret how the eyes are looking at me.
Other than it's quite clearly intimidating and by its very nature looks malicious.
Yep, yep, yep. If I just ignore it, I'm sure it'll go away. Like,
The
stupidest.
T-Rex memes don't exist yet.
Can she actually disperse the cloud once she's inside?
Yes, but you wouldn't see anything from it.
No,
In
she'll
fact,
disperse it
usually they
anyway.
dissipate.
Hmm?
They disperse when they're outside your sight, because if you want to maintain a cloud while it's outside of your view, you need to spend a blood point.
Oh, okay. No, in that case, she'll just close the door and the cloud just go poof.
Yeah. Madeleine, you saw all of that. Your assistants, Auric also saw most of it. Do. Hello, Madeleine.
Sorry, did you cut out or was it me?
Yes.
Sorry about that.
Assistants, Auric, you witnessed all of what went down. I'm just going to send you a quick PM.
Okay. I think you are breaking up a little bit, Chris, because, yeah, I don't know, but...
I've noticed that with other people in this chat, so I just think the connection isn't that good.
Yes.
Yeah. And as Irene went in through a servant's entrance into her house, into her noble household.
Hmm.
Irene, you feel better? Madeline?
Yes. Madeline will just have a look inside the. She will just scuff around the buildings outside and just have a look inside the different windows to see if there is indeed like a family and servants inside, or if it's and if it looks like a home that is inhabited.
It does.
Fairly nice estate. It's even got a garden.
Ooh. Yeah, it will get a little bit dark in the garden for a couple of moments, and then Madeline will just. But she will try and still look out to see if she can see Irene somewhere.
Where's Irene in the household?
Irene is making her way to is probably first making her way up to like the or towards the kitchen, and will place the bottle of wine there, and will then go to her room. Wherever that is in the building.
Hmm.
Like, should she come across someone, she will use her powers of persuasion to just say that she does not feel well, and she does not want to infect the household, so might be better if she stays in her room tonight.
But there are people up and about, even though it's nighttime.
I guess there are a couple of people up.
Okay.
But there aren't too many. It's a skeleton crew.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So there are guards. It's more of a heavy guard presence more than it is a heavy servant presence, but servants are active. There's still things that need to be done at night.
Fair enough. Madeline will begin to drift over to what she thinks is another particularly thick shadow. She'll begin to drift away.
You see Irene kind of collapse onto her bed.
She collapses?
Goes to her bed. But yeah, it does feel like she kind of just topples onto it a little bit.
And she's just lying there resting?
Yeah, she just lies there.
Hmm. Madeline will begin
Somewhat
to.
happy.
What did you say? Somewhat happy, or? Wow. Madeline will begin to leave at this point.
Rick waiting outside the entrance in his tenebrous form.
I do believe that the two will will move a bit away and then at some point materialize again.
Ulrich will go back to your haven before he does so.
All right, then she will follow him there. And when she materializes, she will just take a couple of moments and then she'll look around and she will just look at Ulrich and just say, I do believe that the both of us will keep an eye on her in these coming nights.
I wonder if her sire knew what has been happening to her.
What do you think has happened to her? She went to her room and lied down, needed to rest in the middle of the night. It is not the most normal thing for our kind.
Get sick. She wanted to leave. Something. Than she can handle has gotten its hands on her.
It may be a combination. Do you know that she has, well, what shall we call it? Quite vivid dreams?
I'm aware.
They may be visions. I'm not sure, of course, but as far as I know, it is very rare for our kind to dream. And she has them with not only some regularity, as far as I understand, but she also seems to be quite, well, enraptured by them. She may not be aware of what she is doing all the time. She might be under the delusion that she is somewhere else.
Perhaps I should take responsibility for her for the moment.
I will do my utmost.
This is not right.
I know. Something about this is wrong. But who do we talk to about this? If there is indeed something else amiss, in control,
There are 3 plans we can go to.
maybe it is connected to that trip she had not long ago.
What trip?
A trip with that Gufran, the neonate from the Setites.
Hmm.
They explored an old tomb. some days travel away from here. As I understand it, they encountered some statues that came alive or something. It was a very, very old place, apparently.
And unnatural. Then we should most likely go there and see if we can discover any clues as to what her condition is.
Perhaps. If you require my help in this, I shall, of course, assist.
I would appreciate your presence.
Of course. She was somewhat straightforward with her, well, detailing of this trip, this exploration they had been on. So we could ask her for details, as much as she remembers.
Pardon. Sorry. Who should we prod?
Sorry, come again?
Sorry, I didn't hear the last part of your statement.
Well, Madeline's just said that she was very straightforward with her accounts of that trip they had. So we could ask her for details. Madeline sees no reason that Irene would hold back details. She didn't do it before, it seemed.
Hmm. There's another option we could take. Could simply have the seneschal under her neonate. There would be an illusion of security there.
It would solve some of the problems, but not come to the bottom of what might actually be happening.
I think those might be our best options going. So simply remain in contact and observe. And we'll investigate that too.
Very well.
Free to use your gifts if you need to get the information you need. There's more than one ruin scattered around the desert, and we can't afford to be sent off on wild goose chases.
Very well.
lot easier. Not such a fraud.
There is something about the behavior I cannot place, but we will get to the bottom of this. I know we have much on our plates, but this will be handled as well.
Auric looks a little bit deflated. There's a mixture of kind of serious concern on his face.
I can understand your concern. This has many problematic implications. But until we know more, worrying about it will not do us any good. Staying vigilant will.
Yes. Be careful.
I will.
What I saw. She could be dangerous, and we simply don't know it yet. Perhaps I should unwind a little bit. Could I be so bold as to ask her a drink?
Yes, you can. She smiles. She will bring. She'll bring one.
And unless there's anything Madeline wants to do.
Not at this time.
You can probably end the scene now.
All right. Thank you very much, ST, for ST, and players for playing, watchers for watching. Good night.